a basic requirement of a human being. What a variety we have, ranging from protecting the body to expressing one's image, status and moods. Persons with disabilities also have the right to equal opportunity and access. In early years, people who could not look after themselves were dressed with unattractive minimum clothing. The desire or wish of the individual was not considered. The ease of use by the caregiver was the only focus. Many a time, the persons with mental retardation were socially isolated. Today, the trend has changed. The wish of a person with mental retardation should be respected. If the garment poses difficulty in wearing, which a person with mental retardation cannot manage to do independently, it is the duty of the trainer to simplify the process. Here's a film which focuses on certain simple adaptations in garments which have been developed at the Department of Special Education at the National Institute for the Mentally Handicapped. They have all been developed after analyzing difficulties as expressed by parents. The details of selected subjects are seen here. Age groups ranging from 4 to 16 plus, both male and female, covering all levels of retardation, that is, mild, moderate, severe and profound, are covered. Total number of students thus covered is 103. The difficulties of the subjects were analyzed and adaptations developed. This film has few samples of such garments and also tips for adaptation. Remember, all these adaptations have been field tested on users and found suitable and acceptable. Identifying inside out, front and back. A large number of parents express that their child cannot make out inside, outside or front and back of the garment. It is quite natural because in, out, front and back are all abstract concepts which a person with mental retardation has difficulty in understanding. What do? Convert abstract concepts to concrete ones. Look at this example of using a shirt. One way of solving the problem is to sensitize the child to joining the seams of a shirt or the brand or the size tag at the collar and telling him this should be touching your body at the back of the neck. If this is not found successful, fix a thin sponge with a contrast cloth cover like this at the back of the collar. Show him and tell him to feel the bulge of the sponge with his hand. This also helps a blind child with mental retardation to learn with ease. Now demonstrate that this spot should be touching the neck when worn. This can be used for banyan, t-shirt, frock and other top garments. Give a few trials if needed. See how easily he wears it now. The problem of in and out as well as back and front is solved. This technique can also be adapted for skirts, pants and shorts by fixing a piece of sponge at the back of the waistline. Take care to see that the patch is not shabbily visible on the right side. Fix it neatly. Isn't that quick and easy? If the dress is printed, brightness of the print itself will be a clue for in and out. Another problem with our children as reported is inserting both legs in one leg hole of pants or shorts. Look at him now, how perfectly he is wearing the pants. What have we done? Yes, contrast colored strips of cloth were neatly fixed on the inside of the pant, vertically from waist down on the side seams of the pants. Now instruction to the child is, when you wear, the strips should touch the outside of both your legs. Once understood, he will never make a mistake. Difficulty fixing buttons on a shirt. Those with moderate and severe mental retardation face this problem, and they were observed to be struggling with shirt buttons. As we are aware, buttoning and unbuttoning are fine motor activities, and persons with mental retardation with clumsy motor skills have difficulty in fixing and removing the buttons. Hey, can you believe the ease with which he wears and removes the shirt? Yes, it is true and easy to do. Let us see how it is done. By fixing Velcro on the inside, the task is simplified. This technique can also be adapted for skirts and shorts to fasten at the waist. Press buttons also can be used. However, make sure that the shirt buttons are in place on the outside. Press buttons can also be adapted for blouses or frocks instead of hooks. Does not tie tapes or ribbons. This is another task requiring fine motor coordination. Simply replace the tape with elastic and the wearer is independent in putting on the garment. This will also prevent struggling with knots or the tape end going inside the slot, requiring efforts to set it right again. Has difficulty wearing socks. Heel comes on top or is inside out. Again, this involves abstract concept of up and down and in and out. Here's a trick that never fails. Fix a contrast patch of 1 cm diameter with a piece of sponge inside at the top inside of the right side of the socks. Now tell the student the right thumb should hold the patch to wear the socks. Now gather up to the toe end of the socks. Hold and insert the toes. How very simple and easy. Poor grip on the pants. Some children with poor muscle tone will have difficulty holding pants firmly on either side while wearing. Fixing tape loops like this on the inside of either sides of the pants helps in ease of wearing. Now let us look at some garments for grown-up individuals. Many a time, young women with mental retardation are not aware of the importance of maintaining dupatta or sari pallu in place. But it is essential that they look good and carry themselves well with modesty. Here are some tips. Fold and stitch the folds of the dupatta. Fix press buttons in the right place, which can be fixed onto the kameez at both shoulders. This ensures the dupatta in place during all activities. As back buttons on kameez are difficult to fix by a person with mental retardation, have buttons or velcro on the left shoulder which can be easily be fixed with the right hand. As seen earlier, provide elastic for salwar instead of tapes for independence in wearing. Here is an amazing piece of adaptation on a sari.
First, adapt the petticoat or the slip with large hooks. This makes it easier for a young lady to fasten it. Fix Velcro on the outside of the inner end at the top of the sari and fix the counterpart of it here near the pleats. Bring it round after measuring the waist of the young lady. Fix it in this manner. Bring the pleats together like this and stitch it here. Stitch the pallu together, pleat them first and fix the press buttons here. Bring it around. And the counterpart of the press buttons are fixed on the shoulder of the blouse. Fix it like this. The saree is ready.
A major challenge that parents of young women with mental retardation face is training them in menstrual hygiene. This is something that could cause embarrassment to parents. This is something that the young lady with mental retardation doesn't understand how to manage herself during those days. Here is a small adaptation that will help ease the load on the parents and make it easy for this young lady to look after herself. All we have done here is in an ordinary panty, fixed elastics into which the pads can be easily slipped so that it stays in place whatever happens to be the activity of the young lady and she doesn't stain her clothes. And whenever it is soiled, it makes it easy for her to remove and change to another one. Commercially available pads are very expensive. When we deal with parents, we have varied kinds of families from socio-economic status. They may not be able to afford. So here are certain cheaper pads. Ordinary cotton and gauze. The parents can just wrap the cotton with gauze. Depending upon the requirement, they can take care of the thickness of the cotton, cut it, and insert it, and this young lady will be comfortable with her days that are generally difficult for her. And a very important thing that the parents have to teach when they are teaching on this disposable thing is that in privacy, the young lady has to remove the stained material, roll it with the stained side inside, put it in a paper cover, wrap it once and dispose it into the dustbin. Take a fresh one, insert it and use it. Now, if there are parents who can't even afford the cotton and gauze, they want to use the reusable material which are washed and used. Here is a method that is easier to fold and use. Now watch, it has folds from both the sides, a small thick cloth it should be, and it has folds from both the sides. And then the final fold, resulting in a thicker center where it is likely to get stained and the thinner sides which can be inserted into the panty and used. When soiled, taken out, washed first with hot water to remove the material that is stuck on it and then with a little soap to remove the stain and dry it. This has been tried out with young women with mental retardation of mild and moderate levels and found successful. They have become independent during their difficult days when they have their menstruation and they could take care of their menstrual hygiene. Please try it out, make life easy for such young women and make life easy for their parents in looking after them.
Maintaining headdress or ghungat. During ceremonies, girls wear fancy clothes with headdress or ghungat, but often have the problem of its slipping. Now look at this girl. Whatever she does, the headdress does not slip. How is it? Here's the trick. Fix such clips in the right place and let her fix them on her hair. Now the complicated dhoti for men. Nowadays, ready-made ones are commercially available. Or get it stitched to size with elastic. It is ready to wear. All the adaptations seen till now are field tested for ease of use, and it was found that the students learned to wear the clothes independently after 1 to 7 trials. Parents expressed their satisfaction on seeing their children dress themselves up independently. Here is an adaptation for the dependent profoundly retarded person's clothing.
Umang is a 10-year-old young boy with profound mental retardation. Most of the time he spends lying down like this or on his stomach. Clothing for them is a very challenging task. Though independent dressing is not going to be a possible thing by Umang, putting on traditional clothes like this is a difficult task even for the mothers. For the reason it has to go through the head, he has to sit up, insert hands, and then end up fixing the buttons. So if he is lying on the stomach, the buttons are bound to hurt him. To make things easy for the mother, here is a simple adaptation where also the hurt of the buttons can be avoided. Now let's see Umang wearing this. Now ये कपड़े पहनाएंगे आपको उमंग? अच्छा लगता है? हाँ, yes, you like it. Hold it now. ये हाथ लगाइए उधर. Shabash. Now on the sides you find strings to fix. एक बांधना है. As this will remain on the sides, it is not going to hurt Umang when he is on his stomach or on his back. Beautifully printed cotton clothes with side fasteners like this and easy to wear method adapted the way we have done now makes it easy for the mother to put on the clothes, airy and comfortable for the child, and above all very beautiful. Umang looks beautiful in his new clothes, aren't you? Like it, Umang? You like it? Your new clothes? Yes, you look pretty. Another challenge with children with profound mental retardation is helping them out with their toilet training. Many of the profoundly mentally retarded children do not indicate their toilet needs. This results in most of the time staying wet or soiled if they are not attended to. This leads to bed sores. This leads to unpleasant stink in the room. This leads to other unhygienic presence in the room of the odor as well as the child feeling uncomfortable. One of the methods to ease out the load on the parents is to have an easy way of wearing a diaper to the child, because of which the problems can be reduced. Now here is an adaptation on diaper. This is an absorbent cotton cloth 28 by 28. This can vary depending upon the size of the child. Fold it. It's a square cloth. And this is the way we make the diaper. Take the right hand top corner, hold it with the left hand. With the right hand, fold the center in to the middle. Hold your left hand end on top of the right hand top corner end. Now come back to the left side end. Start folding the cloth and make sure that the last fold centers is with the center of the triangular fold that we have made. Holding it with left thumb and index finger, slip the hand inside the right hand, hold the whole thing so that it doesn't slip, and open the diaper. Now by using a diaper like this, you can see that the child's defecation or urination, whatever, will stay in the thicker side of the diaper when he wears. This is the way he is going to wear. Therefore it will stay in the thicker side, not ruining the bed linen, and every day the mother does not have the need to wash the bed linen, and if the parent knows a rough time of defecation, soiling, she can even have a lining made during that time. Roughly every day, suppose she knows the child defecates at around 10:30 or at about 9:30. That time diaper fold can have a lining done on it and then fixed on the child so that the solid parts disposal becomes easy for the mother, and then the diaper can be washed just to get rid of the other little stains. Now let us see how we will put it on this child, Uma. The advantage of a diaper like this, it can be fitted to the size of the child as he needs without leaving gaps, and at the same time allowing for air space also. Unlike in commercial diapers where there will be plastic which may be working adversely on the child's skin, here we do not have that, and the only task the mother has as an additional task is washing a number of diapers, and she need not have to be washing number of bed linens every day, nor leaving the child wet for a longer time on a wet bed.
These are only some samples. You can develop more based on the need. The idea is to share some illustrative samples which helps one realize that a little effort from the trainer will help a person with mental retardation wear clothes of his choice comfortably and independently to look like the rest of us. After all, they too have the right to equal opportunities, protection of rights, and full participation.